From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Jason here at Signature Esports, and a pleasure it is to have you here live and in charge for some Friday night racing right here on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. The Asphalt Outlaws Racing Series getting underway, qualifying still finishing up. They've roughly got about 7 minutes to go. They do have a driver's meeting in the middle of pretty much everything that's going on out there, but they do have some time to get out there and throw some hot laps down and have some fun with it, that's for darn sure. Qualifying brought to you by ButtKicker, thebuttkicker.com, promo code AOR20, Alpha, Oscar, Romeo, the number 2, the number 0, for the drivers. Helps out the league, helps out these folks, but ButtKicker is pretty much the staple, in my opinion, for those shakers that you can put underneath your seat and feel every inch of the track in the simulator, without actually having to go there and waste a whole bunch of money buying your own truck and getting rolling. So go to, again, thebuttkicker.com, TheButtkicker.com, and check them out. Feel what you've been missing at ButtKicker. New systems and stuff that they have going on out there too, so I'm really liking it. Asphalt Outlaws Racing Series brought to you by, of course, the winning bid DIecast auctions. You can check them out, of course, in the links in the description, but also on Facebook. He's got some really cool stuff on his Facebook page he likes to share, so a wonderful time for that. And the MLO Bros, Youngstown's number one Facebook podcast. If you're into real estate, that is a podcast to listen to. They talk about everything in that market, and I absolutely enjoy it. We're going to have a few drivers get out there and race and have some fun. Cody Turley is going to be your race controller tonight for Phoenix. This is the round of 15, race number 1, and they're going to run Phoenix Raceway for 110 laps. Let's take a look at your race information right here, center of your screen. Make sure you give us a follow on Facebook. We're trying to grow every platform, but we love to have you on Facebook. That way, that's when you're going to be able to get most of the information of what we're going to be doing. Your stage ends on lap. There's only one stage, and that stage ends on lap 40. This is the playoffs, so there's no bonus points for the race winner. The race winner, if they are in the playoffs, will move on to the next round, but they do have to race in the rest of the races in that round to be able to solidify their position into the next round. So that is kind of where they're at. Track length is going to be 1.01 miles, 84 degrees on the track temperature, 82 degrees in the air temperature, so that 30% humidity won't be too much of a factor. That wind, however, will be. That wind does come across typically here at Phoenix across the back straightaway before they get around the turn into what would be traditional turn 3 and 4 before the dog leg and start finish line. So that is where you're going to feel most of it, and that'll be out of turn 2. They are going to be running the dog leg oval, the new setup that iRacing and NASCAR both run, and it's an absolute gem of a racetrack. I kind of like it this way. The only thing I don't like about it here is the start restart zone, and quite often in iRacing you can find yourself outpacing the pace car and get yourself black flag. So you got to be very careful with that, and you got to hit the start restart zone. If space car's in, that's not a big difficult thing to kind of monitor, but it is what it is. 71% fuel for the drivers, so they're going to be taking their time. They are going to have, I believe, 4 sets of tires in the pits, 1 fast repair for the drivers. For 110 laps, they're not going to need too much of that. It's going to be a quick race with 27-second laps. I think the fall-off is going to be roughly about 3 seconds total if they run the entire stint. They should be able to make the first stage just fine on fuel on the 1 mile track. That will put them at least 1 green flag pit stops after the stage finish. And it's going to be fun. Phoenix is always a great racetrack. It's usually good racing. There's going to be some slipping and some sliding, some door banging. It's great action here, and I like to see it. Nate, thank you for the like out there. Kendra, thank you for the like. Caleb, thank you for the like. James, thank you for the shares and the likes. Ty BTV, thank you for the like as well. That's Tyler. We had a conversation earlier. Hopefully you made it and your trip was safe, and hopefully everything is going great for you over there in Kentucky. Much love to you, brother. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody out there doing us justice. Turn the day. Have a great stream. Hey, man, I appreciate you. Hopefully it'll be an exciting race. We won't need it. I tell you what, that Roasted Jim's coffee, it doesn't matter what time of day. And I'm a coffee drinker and kind of any time of the day because I like coffee. But I tell you what, Roasted Gems, I think I'm going to mix and match my blends with them according to my time of day. In the morning, I've been finding that I need that dark roast, and it's beautiful. Again, BZ20 for your promo code for roastedgems.com for your first order. You get 10% off. So stack up on some coffee, get some different flavors. There's some great stuff out there for them. It's all amazing. We appreciate you all very much for being a part of it. Speaking of commercials, let's go back. We're going to play one more time before we get rolling. And then we're going to go over our starting grid in just a moment.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Speaking of Roasted Gems, I might just have to get some of that breakfast blend. I know that they've had some great reviews and some other fantastic stuff. So we love to see them out there. We love to see what's going on. Let's take a look at the playoff standings and the round of 15. I pulled this from their Discord. Mark Beverly, current points leader with the playoff points that he's earned throughout the season. Kevin Winker, close second here. Bill Hales in third. Dougie Higgins Jr. in fourth. Eric Hegdel in fifth. Robert Hattenbach, Cialino, Dahl, Wise, Keith Prince, Haas Beverly. Pretty much everybody that you see there from seventh on back. They're going to be looking to try to put some damage into that point standings. Mark Beverly, of course, with a hefty. He's got basically a race that he can play with here. And I have to worry about pushing himself too much. 110 laps. We're going to go to Daytona next week, Las Vegas the week after, then Iowa, Talladega, Atlanta. All of that stuff's having some fun. Mr. Calloway, thank you for the like. Appreciate you very much. I look forward to seeing you guys have some fun. And we're going to have some good racing. Tomorrow night, Goat Racing League is going to be back in action again. And I'm happy to be a part of that. So they're going to get their season opener done tomorrow. Starting grid for you, Eric Hagel, Kevin Wanker, Mark Beverly, Dougie Higgins Jr. That's going to make up your front two rows. Very fast drivers to make up the inside-outside lanes. Very tough to pass here unless you're kind of somewhere in the straightaways. Tire wear is a big factor on the high lane. And when you cross the dog leg, if you try to take it very low, you're going to rub some of that tire off. But we're going to see how it works. I mean, I'm excited. Bill Hales, Keith Prince, Haas Beverly, Will Reinald, that'll make up your next two rows. Caleb Patton, Pat Baldwin in row number 5. Cody's going to be your fantastic, wonderful race controller. Thank you. Thank Cody for doing that. He gets out there and makes sure that everybody takes care of themselves. Joey Mines is going to be out there as well. Mr. Mines plays Sharkoff with us. We appreciate Mines doing that, but he's going to be there in row number 6. That'll pull up the next few rows. There's Jesse Wise and Tyler Beverly, Nathan Dahl, and David Smith. We're all going to have some fun. It's going to be a good race. It'll be a quick race, too, for the most part. But it's not going to be not anything outside of that you're not going to be used to. Anyway. Let us see who is going to push the buttons, push the boundaries, who's going to make this one stick. Good to see you all out there. You're all amazing. Get it, boys. I understand. Have you? You've been repping that hat. I like it. I saw your truck out there. You were fastest out, of course, in practice with your 6,000 rating out there flexing. Yes. I saw their hats. I love what they're doing. I need to get their permission because I want to put their logo. So what I want to do is I want to take all the folks that have sponsored me, and I kind of want to rim a fitted hat with those folks that have supported me, along with doing some cool stuff for the leagues for this first part of the year, and put that out there so that folks can do that. I really like hats. And for those who don't know, I probably have one of the largest hat collections you could ever imagine. So anytime somebody has a hat or they want to send me a hat, I'm like, come on, bring it on. If I could have a hat for every day of the week, I would love it. Start finish line is outside of 3 and 4, just before the dog leg. Pit road, that's the big one. Pit road entrance is out of turn 2. And pit lane exit is out of the dog leg. There's the start finish line right there. Drivers are ready to go. I'm ready to go. Hopefully you are as well. Jesse Calloway says, get it, boys. Hey, you can't be here tonight. I heard that as well, man. Round 1 of the playoffs, getting ready to be everything you can ask for. And I get it, green flag racing. You're going to see people drive all the way to the bottom already. That's a real thing. And it's all about who's going to be able to hold on to it. Eric Hegdel, Kevin Winker, 3 wide on corner exit. Yep, why not? Side by side. Winker trying to hold on to the outside. 4 has a good run here. The 13's going to drop into the corner. This is where this gets interesting. Kevin Winker to the high side is going to utilize those fresh tires to try to make some ground here. Watch Mark Beverly, though. He's going to drop all the way to the bottom of the racetrack. Take the pit road exit. Blue line right there, and he'll be just fine. Right now, Kevin Winker out front, Mark Beverly, Eric Hegdel. Now back to the run, the 4 back to the inside, driving the 4 wide Ford F-150. Say that 3 times fast. That is absolutely insane. Side by side, Hegdel gets to the inside of the 13 corner exit, and now he's going to have that natural run to the inside. He's going to pick up P2 as he works it. Winker, fastest lap of the race, 27:36 so far. Fastest lap during practice was a 27:09, and that was done by your guy that is out there running race control right now. That was absolutely an insane speed. Haas Beverly trying to hold on to that 6th spot. Bill Hales rolling the corner. The Woody Bid Diecast Auctions lap number 4 getting underway with the 53 of Bill Hales in 5th, trying to pick up a spot or 2. There is the 41, gets into the corner a little heavy. Braking zone's going to be a big factor here for all of these drivers as they get around, and they're going to get around. This is the way this track is going to run. Dougie's been getting better and better and better, and I've been watching his iRating climb all throughout this season, and it's been great to see. League races have been an absolute gem as we've continued to move forward. Some young seasons, and some seasons are starting to get to the point where they are absolutely running their course and getting into the playoffs. 22 side by side with the 3. Keith Prince had a fast lap in qualifying as well, but I think he lost it on the second one, so it's all good. Get those tires up to speed. You're going to be just fine. Keith Prince rolling the corner here. Nathan Dahl getting a little bit faster in the number 30 Hendrick car. HendrickCars.com Chevy Silverado has Tyler Beverly right behind him. Tyler started to figure some things out in practice. I was watching him for a little bit before we went live. Hopefully he's going to be able to keep that right side off of turn 2. Turn 2 has been his kryptonite since the beginning of the race. Right now, Will Rydell in the number 17, rolling in 11th. Pat Baldwin in the 7-12 trucks on the racetrack. Jesse Wise looks like he has parked it for the day. Kevin Winker, 42-4. Hegdel closing down some distance. Now, these drivers really haven't lost that much pace on each other. And this will go to the one who likes Phoenix the most. Not much to figure out here when it comes to the racing line. And 30 seconds per lap will make a difference. Good speed, good fun. 42, 4, 13, 41, 53, 22. Parked it. I saw that. I can't even click on your truck. 42-4. That's the line. Eric Hagel trying to battle back here, get himself to the midline. 42 utilizing a little bit of the Kyle Larson strategy on the exit here. Finds turn 2 down the back straightaway, exactly where he needs it to be. You're on vacation, had to get some points. I'm glad there's no minimum. I understand being on vacation, that's for darn sure. Hagel drops low, trying to close down some of that distance to the 42 on the front straightaway. He's going to be trying that inside line. 42 is going to have a better run, though. I think the 4 is going to be able to slide right up next to him. He is. Side by side, Winker leads by 8/100ths of a second, a tenth into the corner as the 4 drops into the corner, trying to make his line his own. Kevin Winker. I don't know, Winker, I'm not quite sure if Phoenix is running the same way it's supposed to, or the way that I would see it running. Hagel takes over the lead here. Utilizing multi-lanes here, sometimes it seems like the upper lanes are wearing the tires a little bit faster than what you would normally see. 4 clear of the 42s. So Eric Hagel leads here as he drops into the yellow line. Oh, everybody down low. And a look at the racetrack. 42 drops to the yellow line. We used to see a lot of drivers cut across that area right there on the bottom. Kevin Winker losing a little bit of pace here. Mark Beverly trying to utilize that high line to drop into the corner. Here's that look at 3 and 4 as Eric Hagel pulls a half second right now. Watch the line below, how low those drivers go. And that is that how low can you go moment. Great little shot of Phoenix here. And speaking of shots, get your waters out, folks. It's a hydrate break coming up. 13 laps in, and they're moving. Jason Pearson, thank you for the like 4 minutes ago. I appreciate you very much. Sorry I didn't see that right away. Eric Hagel, Beverly, Winker, Higgins, Hales inside the top 5. Dougie Higgins Jr. and Bill Hales have not moved positions just yet, but don't count them out. Their lap times very consistent with the drivers behind. Kevin Winker's best lap, 27.36, to Eric Hagel's best lap, 27.60. And I do believe that is all about pace. His last lap, 28.44. Winker runs a faster lap last time by, but I think this is the long haul race. You've got to find your own pace. Dougie Higgins Jr. in 4th. Those static cams come up. Let's take a look and see how they drive. Sam, thank you for the like out there. Much love to you. Appreciate you. 20 laps in. They're about halfway between now and the stage. Eric Hagel out front by half second over Mark Beverly. Little gains here and there, and then kind of some big losses at the end of it. 42, trying to hold on to where he is at. Dougie Higgins Jr. in fourth still. About 1 second off the pace, but he closes in on P3. Bill Hales trying to take his time around this one. Nathan Dahl, biggest mover of the race. Does look like Pat Baldwin retired for the day in 12th. Going to be able to try to make some things work for himself over there. Good to see you all having some fun. Much love to you. Cody says out there, with how tight the trucks are, it's crucial that you manage the tires over the run or you're going to kill the right front. Part of what we see with the right front tires, the braking zone. If you are out of the throttle early and you brake accordingly, you're going to be able to make that turn and not have to drive up the racetrack to be able to counter steer yourself. That's what I see out of the racetrack. It's normally what I've seen over the course of most of these races that I've broadcasted at Phoenix, whether it's the Cup cars or the truck cars, or the Cup cars, Xfinity cars, or the trucks. We often see that most people kind of drive straight into the end of the corner when you almost need that high arc coming in to set the nose, just like you would kind of arc brake yourself in. The four doing a great job on corner exit here. I do like Phoenix. I like the new way that Phoenix has kind of have worked this racetrack. It's the same racetrack, according to pretty much everybody that's out there. Rhino to pit road this time. Or sorry, crossed pit lane. But from what I'm seeing out of this, it feels like a completely different racetrack because you race it differently. Your start restart zone being where it's at, the line that turns around. It just seems like you have to gauge, and right now the four doing exactly what I would be doing. Being out front, finding, Winker a little bit free right there. Higgins to the back bumper of him. Getting into the corner, you need to, as flat as this track is, you have to pretty much create your own space. I mean, the bankings are less than, 8 degrees in the corners. That's not much banking at all. 4:13, 42, 41. Bill Hales in the 53. Haas Beverly in 6th. Very comfortable right now. Nathan Dahl trying to close down some distance. He is your biggest mover. He's up 8 spots. Keith Prince off 2. Try to make this his best friend, get himself around this racetrack. There is Will Weinel in the 17. Has the 27 of Caleb Patton right behind him. Patton trying to make that forward a little bit faster. Tyler Beverly, he's just looking to be consistent. That's all he wants to do. Consistently get himself there, maybe find himself in another light. Hagdal, Beverly, Winker, Higgins, Hales, everybody were rolling. 27 of 110. 13 laps to go before the end of the stage. I'm looking at my my cart here for roasted gems, which I absolutely love. Got the chocolate hazelnut in there because I'm a big fan of chocolate. Do have the Cowboy blend, the Columbia. Columbia's more darker, like the Columbia blend. What else? Sam, it's going to have one. Is it expected to run green? I think so. I got to get the Ryko blend. Well, they need a signature blend. I would say, Sam, that it's going to run green. The only time that I really expect a caution tonight is for the stage. The stage is going to end on lap 40. They'll tighten everything back up, and then they'll roll again. A few drivers parking it for the night. I'm going to take the points they get. Eric Hagel in the lead right now. Did Ken coordinate that? I have to ask. Did Casey coordinate that? I like Byron. He's a good dude. All these setup creators, and they have a lot of time, he did. That's funny. $53, $41, $42. Tell you what, Kevin's been under fire from Dougie Higgins Jr. here for a little bit. Stage winner's going to get the sole extra point. And Eric Hagel did a great job trying to hold himself. Going to the Nashville race with Byron should be yeah. Casey's a good dude. He really is. We called several races for the Ryko series. Actually, I've called races with you in it, Cody, and that was a lot of fun. I do like his series. Just gotta, yeah, all you guys with that big I rating, we gotta keep all of you in there. That was when we were broadcasting when Brennan Poole was around and having some fun after he broke his arm. That was a ton of fun. I've met a lot of good people and a lot of good companies throughout the course of this, and those who are out there supporting the iRacing platform, trying to make a name for themselves, I support those folks, and small businesses that do the same. That's exactly where I'm at and what we do. Speaking of that, see them on the bottom right, buttkicker.com. Go to thebuttkicker.com. Buttkicker is just an awesome setup that you can put right directly to your gaming chair. You can feel every portion of the racetrack, how the tires work, how it is the least expensive way of getting around this racetrack with a true feel, which I absolutely love. Something going on with Dougie back here. Did Dougie disconnect? Dougie, please don't tell me your power went out. No. He was sitting in fourth there. Now Dougie is out of the race. Speaking of things that you can do, iRacing.com. Start your subscription today. Get yourself a steering wheel and pedal setup. You can probably go to Walmart, get one of those cheap setups that will get you started, get yourself used, see if you like it, get that first month in, get through your rookie class, see how you like it, and then reminder that iRacing is a great simulator, but like every video game, it's an investment. For me, it's been a great investment for me. I have a ton of tracks and vehicles and it's been a ton of fun. He was definitely making progress, and I'm not quite sure what happened to him. It says he is out. I wonder if something happened to him. He will let us know for sure what's going on. It's a shame. That is a big shame. He was all over the back bumper of the 14. Packet lost drop. Cody says, oh man, Dougie, get back in there. Cody, wave him around. Put him back right behind Kevin. Kevin making a pass right there on Mark Beverly. So your pole sitter right where he's at. Kevin Winker in second. Mark Beverly in third. And Eric now just kind of working the pace. 40 of 110 being completed. Eric Hagel is going to come around, smooth sail it. Take it all the way to lap 40 down the back straightaway here before turn 3 and turn 4 where the start-finish line is. Kevin Winker finds some pace at the end of that one. But Eric Hagel into 3 and 4 comes around. He's going to win stage 1. He's going to do it pretty much smooth sailing. Stage 1 winner. Belongs to that guy right there, Eric Hagel. Travelers Rest, South Carolina. Buddha, what's going on? He says, all right. That's Out Reed out there, buddy. Love that dude. All right. Egdal gets a stage win and a bonus point to help him move on to the future. And my man's going to have some fun. Caution comes out. All of our cautions brought to you by Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast. They just released a new episode this morning. Got to go check it out on Spotify. That's where I watch them. And a whole lot of fun. Thank you to Nerds Doing Nerds Things being the wonderful platform they are. Dougie back out there. He's like, look, I need a free pass. Somebody get me going. So he's going to be full of fuel. I should have new tires on. I'm not quite sure. So he's going to be looking for a free pass. He's roughly about 5 laps down, I do believe. Let's throw it up there. 3 laps down. He's only 3. Hey, that was a quick reconnect. Not going to lie. Tyler still on the lead lap. He's coming to pit road. Everybody's coming to pit road to get their tires and fuel. So Dougie will get himself back around, and he should be somewhere in the neighborhood of, I believe, 2 laps down. We will see how iRacing scores him. His technicality shows that he is scored in 42nd. I'm sorry, on the 38th, completing his 38th lap. Everybody else is completing their 42nd lap. The lap 43 being completed as we speak. Dougie doesn't have to drop, does he? He should have gotten the free pass there. Come on. Will on pit road. Eric Hagdall's going to be right there. Man, Dougie's going to be 4 laps down now. That's not right. That's all right. He'll find something here. Will's going to come off pit road. He's going to take care of things. Dougie, hopefully it didn't make you use your fast repair. All right, folks. If you have noticed anything different about the stream, please bear in mind that I want to thank everybody for doing what they do. As things had progressed, my microphone finally took a big kaput, and so the one that we had ordered was not going to be able to get air as fast as I needed it, so I had to go get a different one. And so we are on a new microphone. We're on a new setup audio-wise goes, and it's turning out to be something nice. So if you like what you hear, smash that like button. Hit that follow button. That's the big one. Hit the follow. Hit the notification bell, let you know when to go live. And that's something I want to test too. I want to start testing the platforms, each one of them, because I want to see which platform is giving the alerts and the notifications the right way, because our reach comparatively 3 months ago to what it is today, according to the algorithms, everything that's going on there has changed drastically, and I want to see it. And it's not, I don't think it's about retention this time. I think it is strictly about what the platform's doing, and what each gaming platform is doing. Because if I have to make the switch to one platform, I want to make sure that I want to do it the right way. So I don't want to do that because I like having everybody on all 3 platforms. But if I need to make it go to one, I will. Hegdal, Winker, Beverly, Hales, Haas Beverly in the 22, Nathan Dahl in the 30, 45 of 110. Green flag Williams. Move over Miami. They're going to Phoenix. Hegdal tries to keep that restart on his own. He dropped back a couple spots on the start of the race and had to work around and find his smooth sailing moment. Kevin Winker trying to drop back in. He was great on the long run, able to make up another spot. Now he's going to have to really push Eric Hegdal here and try to make up some of that ground. 4:42, 13:53. Eric Hegel leads here into the corner. We're going to start seeing those brakes heat up. Kevin Winker trying to close in on that distance on the inside. Eric Hegel on the outside has the better run here. Closes that door very quickly on the 42. Corner run for the drivers as we get into it. 4:42.53. Winker trying to really close. Kelly Pointer out there. Pointer's Motor Supplies. Good to see you, buddy. Thank you for the like. Thank you for the share. Much love to you, brother. Appreciate you very much. We love seeing you all out there. You are all amazing. Whoa, 42, free and easy. Kevin Winker's going to drop a lot here. 3 wide now, down to 2 as he closes into that distance. That rear tire was gone. That is the biggest that I've seen him make it. I'm doing all right, man. Look at you go. I appreciate you, KP. Hegel out front. Bill Hale's capitalizing as well. 53 making moves. Nathan Dahl there to the eye side. I'm doing all right. We've been making it work, man. And 53 up high. 13 closes that line down. I do believe Bill's going to be able to have a moment here. If Bill can get a crossover on the 13, I think he might be able to utilize that inside lane. We'll see here on the back straightaway if he's going to do anything out of 3 and 4. Nathan Dahl closing it as well. Eric Hegel way out front, 1.4 seconds. Folks, I will tell you that I have some goals here coming up. And one of those goals is to do race recaps, talk about esports news, and that's something that really sparks my interest. Not just with iRacing, but gaming in general has been kind of a passion of a lot of folks. And if you get into this industry, you know that you have to have that. So what I'm going to be doing here very shortly is we're gonna do a kind of a face-to-face. I'd like to get to the point where I have the position to have folks sitting side by side with me where we can actually do the interviews and talking to some other content creators out there. I want to do bigger and bolder things. I had plans throughout the start of what Signature Esports was, and now we're having to adapt and do some different things, and we're going to try to do that. We're going to try to make up some of that ground and try to continue to, well, pretty much do what I wanted to do in the first place. Should think about interviewing other racers and things like that. So I want to keep it. I want to keep it away from. I don't want to just focus on iRacing. If folks, iRacing is where I do the broadcasts and have a lot of fun with that. I don't want it to just be about racing. If I could get NASCAR drivers or dirt drivers, World of Outlaws drivers, that would be cool. I wouldn't mind that. But I want it to be gaming oriented. I want it to be all about, up and coming games, the things that you want to be looking at, tech features, cameras, microphones, everything that is, it is what some of the best setups out there for what you folks have are absolutely incredible. And I want to know how you put it together. Professional house flipper player there. I love it. I love it, man. Yeah, I mean, how cool would it be to be talking to, the best group player out there? I want it to be fun. I want it to be entertaining, and I want to use this. Signature Esports was of course started with iRacing and broadcasting iRacing, but I chose esports as that in the name because I want to focus on all games. I want to be an esports brand, and folks, lo and behold, I want to have an esports. I want a stadium. I want to hold events. I want you folks to be able to come see me and visit, or me to travel and see you with, as the family grows and the kids get older, and life starts to do its thing, I'd love to be able to have those in-person events that I think, like, you know, E3 went digital, and I think that's a mistake. I want to see you folks in person, and I want folks to get out there and have some fun. That's what I want. And I talk about community the most. The gaming community is huge worldwide, multi-billion-dollar industry, and why not tap into the potential that you folks have out there? Some of your setups are amazing. Like Kelly, I love your setup, brother. I love your setup. Ty, I love Tyler's setup. Ty BTV, if you have not seen his setup, he has got a monstrosity that is just insane. And that's just iRacing simulators. Let's see. There's a few other people out there that have gaming rooms that I would love to see. How cool would it be to be like, here's my gaming setup, and to talk about how it's all put together. PC recommendations, folks. I've done enough tutorials and OBS tutorials and sat with folks and helped them out enough that there's a lot of information out there that we could be helping folks with, that we can become one resource to do it. That's right, MTV Cribs, SC style. I like that. I like it. I think it's cool. I think that's a great idea. Nothing wrong with that. How awesome do you have to have the most elaborate setup? No. I mean, from simple, how cool would it be to be able to be like, all right, here's a gamer that we do all these ones that have these fancy setups, and then through sponsorships and through raising, you know, or whatever revenue we can create. How cool would it be to be able to get into to be able to help people get better setups? 45, Tyler Beverly. He was battling here with Dougie. I saw it in my relative, but he's going to give up that high line. He's going to let the 41 go by. Back to the race. Ideas are great, but I want to talk. You know, I've been talking with content creators, and I want to talk to more content creators. I want to be a community. I want everybody to be able to be a part of this. It's not just about me, folks. It's about all of you. So if we want to interview drivers from across every platform, every series, let's do it. We want to talk to iRacing officials about what they're doing, or the programmers. Let's do it. If you want to know what World of Warcraft's going to be doing, let's do it. If you want to criticize Call of Duty, let's do it. If you really like Call of Duty, then we'll talk about that. I've got criticisms for everything, but I also have compliments for everything. I try to be neutral and see the light of every story. Bill Hales has got something for this racetrack, but Kevin Winker, who fell all the way back to 7th there, has battled very hard to get himself back to 4th. Off 2 from the start of the race, and he is really trying to rebound. Those right rear tires are definitely showing some age, but his lap times are some of the fastest out there. Mark Beverly is the fastest driver at the moment, based on lap times, but he's only about 2/100ths of a second faster than Eric Hagel. Kevin Winker starting to turn on as of late, holding on to that 4th place. He is about a 10th faster than your race leader. Caleb Patton, the fastest of the drivers outside of the top 5. That last time, we'll see this time. Keith Prince is right here behind Haas Beverly, trying to gain some ground here. Nathan Dahl up 10 spots from the start of the race. He was up as high as 2nd, now back to 5th. Haas Beverly in 6th right now. A good move? Well, it's always a good move. 0.4 of a second. Hegel tried to save something here. He's not going as near as hard as what he was before. And I'm seeing it over the course of the race, the racetrack. He's only been utilizing what the tires are allowing him to do. Kevin Winker makes a pass on Bill Hales, and Kevin's driving like a PO teenager with some tires he's trying to make work here. We love everything that everybody's doing out there, and I look forward to being able to do more. Folks, I'm going to take a pause for the cause. We're going to take a hydrate break. They're going to get close to Pit road here in about, I would say about 18 laps. We're going to start seeing these drivers start looking towards pit road, and about 0.3 of a second. I'm going to keep it right here because it seems like this is where the battle's going to be at here for a moment. And pause for the cause. I'll be right back with you. Kelly, thank you for the fun stuff out there. I appreciate you. I think they're going to be looking at, so they came to pit road on lap 40. They get about 71% fuel. We should be approaching about 45, I think. Or once they get 45 laps, so about 82 to 86, something like that. I think that Cody says they can go about 16 more laps. Yep. Wise, you're back next week. We'll go live in your truck. It'll be awesome. I-790. So I am actually AMD. Would love to be Intel, but I don't want to change out my motherboard. So I am AMD. I'm looking for. So right now I'm a low-end Ryzen 5. I want to be somewhere in the Ryzen 7 era. to keep some things back where they need to be. And I'm gonna take a step up, get a few more cores out of it, and then once I take care of all the other bills that I need to take care of, I want to be 17 back to the inside of the 13. Took over the lead there, so we're watching Mark Beverly cruise around this racetrack. Hegdal finds his way there. Dirty Air not helping the leader here. The 12,900K was told what you needed? No. Beverly to pit road. Everybody coming to pit road. They're splitting it up. Not a bad idea. Haas Beverly comes around. 12,900. That is that the Elder Lake one? Just a quick question on that one. Elder Lake is a bad mamma jamma, just so you know. 30 of Dahl in second as everybody comes to pit road. It's a huge yeah, that is a little, it's a little, are you water cooled? That's a little much. Your computer is what I need to have 4K streaming. Water cooled 3090. Yeah, I figured. Caleb Patton, your race leader, 27 comes around. He's going to lead a lap here. Tyler Beverly will be in second for the time being. That is a whole lot of processing. That is a whole lot of power. At least an 850 on the power supply. You're probably pushing 1100 watts. We're not pushing it. It's probably what you have in there. Sometimes it's really cool to have a really powerful PC, but sometimes it's not about that 950 gold. Yeah. Gold is good. If you ever decide to replace anything on your system, I would say that with what you have in there, the amount of money that you have in there, gold is good, but I would say that your power supply should be a platinum. Caution. It did happen. We have a caution. Happened with Nathan Dahl and Haas Beverly right here. Here's what happened. The 30 goes around Haas. He skirts sideways. He gives himself the Nashville helicopter. New tires will do that to you. It looks all right. It's got a little bit of nose damage. He should be fine, though. The only thing that is devastating about that is all those drivers that are a lap down at the moment. And Dougie Higgins Jr., who's 3 laps down, was looking to come to pit road anyway, so he'll be able to do so. Caleb Patton in on pit road at the moment. He was your race leader at the time. Oh, man. Nathan, you get it, buddy. You get it. Because you made a full 360. There it is. Cody, hopefully it is platinum. Hopefully it is. Because that would be a good protection. Just because, and that is only because the better the power supply, the more protection you have on your over surges and gold. There's nothing wrong with gold. If I were running a 3060 or 3070, gold is a good standard for that. 3080, I'm bumping it up. I'm going to have a better power supply than motherboard. That's the way that the way that I see it. And as many PCs as I've built over the years, it's truly interesting. Mark Beverly's going to be your race leader right now. Kevin Winker picks back up second. He's been able to make some things work for himself. Bill Hales, Caleb Patton, that's going to be your second row so far. 17 to Will Reinl out there. He is looking to get a lap back here. So is Haas Beverly. When the lights go off on the pace car, they're going to go around, get that free pass back. Some of these drivers came to pit road a little earlier too, and that's the way it works. You do have an overkill PC, but that's okay. That just makes for some great streaming, right? Eventually, I will be up to par with you folks. It's my plan. I do everything that I do with a Ryzen 5. Keep that in mind. I think it's a Ryzen 5 5600, but I want to take a step at it. I'm finding that the Ryzen 5 is a great processor, but it feels like a budget processor when it comes to the things I want to be able to do with it. We're hitting that butt kicker 25 lap to go mark as Pace Truck releases the lap down vehicle, so Nathan Dahl will be back on the lead lap as well. Dougie Higgins Jr., he is 3 laps down. That's the story of the night, the driver that I could have picked to get himself some good fun here. Doing a great job of rebounding and at least getting back out there, so a solid 11th tonight for him. Will Rhino into pit road here, trying to get himself taken care of before the Pace Truck does anything. Hopefully he doesn't get a black flag for this. Right now, 9 drivers on the lead lap. Nathan Dahl coming around to try to catch back up to the field. So is Haas Beverly. Very short racetrack to be able to do this, because these drivers are already going to be into 3 and 4 and be pretty close up to speed here. And they're going to do so right about now. Beverly on the outside. Winker, green flag. Eric Hagel goes to the outside. Turn 1's about to be busy. Winker back to the inside. Bill Hale's right there as well. Eric Hagel trying to make some moves. Trying to make him early. 27 sideways. 45. Caution. 45's hung up on the wall. Tyler Beverly parked it. Literally parked it. That is... Somebody clipped that. I don't think he can reset. He is floating in the air. I don't think that he can reset. The water barrels are holding him up. Literally. There he goes. He was finally able to reset there. Wow. I've never seen that. Nerds Who Nerd Things podcast, our favorite platform for the nerdy things in life. Got to go check them out. All right, here's what happened. Bull was right there, 27. Brakes hard, second lane, getting free right there, and that sends the 45. Now the 27 got himself sideways. But this is what was interesting. 27 up into the wall, takes a hard lick right there. And let's do this. We're gonna go inside the cockpit view. It's like he drove. It's like he had an invisible ramp and drove right up there. Oh, Nilly. Oh, buddy. That was the best parallel parking job on top of water barrels that I've ever seen. And that is the nature of things. Holy cow. Race leader is going to be Kevin Winker, Beverly, Hales, Hegdel, and then Haas Beverly in 5th. Yeah, that was what? That's great. I've never seen that. I've never seen that. That is going to be next week's thumbnail. I'm not poking fun. I've just never seen it. I've never seen that. Isla Beverly on pit road now. You'll be able to get something taken care of there. It's a long, for the size of this track, it is a very, very, very long tow around this racetrack. It's a Tyler to figure it out. Yes. True story. Your lucky dog, I believe, was Dougie Higgin. Nope, it was Will Reinl. Caleb Patton right there. These drivers were still a lap down. I think Will was your lucky dog there. So Will's going to need some time. Dougie Higgins Jr. needs some pace here. Kevin Winker, your race leader. Told him to just watch the finish from there. Could you? But would iRacing have thrown the caution? That's the big one. That's awesome. We're 20 to go here, folks. Oh man. Alrighty. Full send moment. 20 to go. Butt Kicker. Go to thebuttkicker.com. Check out MLO Bros, Youngstown's #1 Facebook podcast, and the Winnipeg Diecast auction. Big special thank you to Haas Motorsport, Big Haas Motorsports. As part of this. Bill Hales putting his nose up there where 42 and 13. They were trying to door bang the heck out of each other there. 13's not going to let that one slide. Watch him roll. The 4 of Eric Hagel to the outside of the 53. 13's to drop into the corner as well. He gets into the corner super fast. Not try to drift up the corner. Watch the braking zone. Inside, outside moves. 13 carries in. Drops way low. Trying to close that distance down early. Up next to the 42. He's going to drop in and try to take over the lead here. Eric Hagel to the outside of Bill Hales. Bill Hales trying to close that distance as well. Bill right there in fourth. Side by side, the lead goes 42-13, and rolling they go. Beverly to the inside. Hagel rolls the corner as well. Hagel right there on the back end of everything that's going on. Here's the cockpit view from the number 4. Eric Hagel doing a great job of being out of the gas early, trying to find some more ground here. Watch him drop all the way to the entrance here. Winker crosses over the 4. Eric Hagel is the driver, I think, to beat here if he can get around on these fresher tires. Mark Beverly out front, though, doing a great job of trying to extend this lead. Right now, down the back straightaway, 16 laps to go. This is going to be a big, big run. 53 of Bill Hales carrying into the corner. 4 drops in. 42 is going to be there. Bill Hales trying to get back in the mix as well. Toyota trying to hold on. Chevy out front. Kevin Winker in a Chevy. Eric Hagel in a Ford. 42 way up high next to the wall. 4 trying to have the drive off. 42 is going to have the line here, though, and the 4 trying to close any of that distance down that he has. And right now, the 53 of Bill Hales is going to be able to pick up some of that pattern. 42 has the better drive line into the corner. Turn 2 is big. 4 needs to follow suit. Find some of that ground. Take some of that lane away. Force the 42 to run lower if he's going to have any chance. And right now, Kevin Winker trying to close down some distance to Mark Beverly, who is about 0.8 of a second away and pulling away from these drivers. And the 42 is just holding off everybody behind him. Bill Hales, Nathan Dahl in 5th right now. Top 5 night looking for him. 3.5 seconds back. He's closing down some of that distance that he has had. 13 comes across the bottom stripe. Kevin Winker really trying to hold on. 4 needs a slide job from the HE double hockey sticks right now. He needs something here to go his way. 4 not able to close any of that distance down. 42 defending the outside and watching Mark Beverly pull away with 13 laps to go. The 4 gets free off the corner right there. He is into the corner once again. 4 needs to drive up the racetrack. He needs to force the 42 to do something here. And he's going to clear him, or be close to clearing him. He's going to have to send it into the corner here. Early braking zone. 42 is going to pull the crossover here, and he's going to drive right back in. Watch the lane from the 42. He's going to do the same thing one more time. Kevin Winker utilizing just the high line strategy, gets himself into the corner. He's back to third, but I don't think that race is over yet. Eric Hagel trying to close down the distance. 11 laps to go. He has got to send it here. He spent a lot of those tires battling with Kevin Winker here to lose a ton of ground. And right now, Mark Beverly leads all the way across the lane. And I tell you what, that speed that the Ford needs to come quick, fast, in a hurry, because right now the high line is working for the 13. He drops into the second lane. 4 carries the corner, trying to close it down. Up high is the 13. Hagel closes a 10th off that time. 10 laps to go. Don't know that that's going to be enough, but we'll see as they continue to move. 10 laps to go could be the kryptonite for the drivers. Who knows? Keith Prince in that 3 truck, trying to roll into the corner onto the front straightaway across the dog leg as he carries into the speed and the draft of the 30. Nathan Dahl doing a phenomenal job. He is your biggest mover of the race. There are no bonus points except for the stage winner, which the stage winner is Eric Hagel. So that's at least a bonus point in his favor, which he's going to need to be able to kind of push some things here closer to the end. 0.4 of a second is Mark Beverly. All that Mark has to do is run a consistent line. Hagel has got a great drive here. Kevin Winker's not done yet either. He can close down that distance pretty quickly. Top 3 within a second of each other. And Bill Hale's right there in the mix. Beverly, 0.3 of a second. Hagel closes down, tries to run the bottom lane. 13 is going to be side by side with him. This is going to be about who's going to be able to carry that corner. 13 is going to have the drive line in. He's going to be able to rock it towards that corner. He's going to close in that distance. 4 is going to have that drive line where he needs it. He's going to be right there on the back bumper. Nose to bumper. Oh, Kevin Winker way low there, free off of turn 2. But he closes. Doesn't do it bad. He does a great bang-up job of saving that right there. And phenomenal job for the 42. We watched him get free right there on the back right part of your screen. Does a phenomenal job of saving it, and he's back in it. He's not done. High line next to the wall, right where he is comfortable. 6 laps to go. Eric Hagel's going to have to do everything that he can to try to win this one. And where that matters is going to be around 3 and 4. We've watched it time and time again. Can a bump and run be the absolute for these drivers? 4 to the high side, almost able to get to the outside of the 13. He's going to drop into the corner. He's going to be right there in the back quarter panel of the 13. The drive line for both of these drivers is going to have to be super fast. Watch the 4. He's going to be right there. 5 laps to go. And if I'm Mark Beverly, I'm doing everything that I'm doing right now. I'm going to defend every position. I'm going to defend the drive line the way I want to. And the 4 drops all the way down into the front straightaway, gets into the corner the way he wants to. 13's going to roll the corner a little bit better. He's going to have the speed in that second lane. Chevy outpacing the Ford at the moment. Hagel gets right back into it. The lead is where it is. Quarter second. Hagel to the high side. He's going to utilize more of this racetrack that he needs. He needs to pull that speed away from the 13, and he's going to do it. He's going to have that outside lane. And he's going to close it off. He's going to make sure, he's into the wall. And the 13 who ran him up the racetrack, he and Hagel get into it. And a caution to come out here with 3 laps to go. Eric Hagel had the high line there, and Beverly was going to be there. Hagel gets into the wall, tries to flick it off the wall. And with that, we're going to have a green-white checkered. Man, what a race up there. that everybody's going to come to pit road, and I'm already seeing that happen. Here's a look at what was going on there. We're going to far chase this one because we're going to go back 2 laps. We have to go back 2 laps. Everything that Hegel was trying to do was utilize that inside lane, and every time he'd get a run on him, this is, the 13, Mark Beverly was doing everything right to be able to defend that position. The 4 was trying to close any of that distance down, and right there on the outstretch, I knew at some point he was going to have to run the outside lane to be able to cut off some of that track position from the 13. And right here's where he makes that move. He gets himself way up high. 13 rolls low. 4 is going to utilize the natural line of the track. He gets his nose to the quarter panel. Watch the drop in for the 4. 4 is right there to the outside. 13 utilizes that lane. 4 still there to the back quarter panel. 4 tied off the corner, gets into the wall just a little bit, and it kicks him out. And into the 13 he goes. And that is how that one works. Caleb Patton, your race leader, Dougie Higgins Jr., trying to get himself a free pass here, and commercial time.
From Mortar to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
James, I somewhat agree, but I don't think that was something to get mad over. Into the line for Eric Hegel. He caused an incident there, so he's going to drop to the back. Mark Beverly will be in 6th. They did save their fast repairs, so that's all well and good. Caleb Patton, he stayed out. He says, I'm good. Kevin Winker and Bill Hales ready to rock and roll. If I am Caleb Patton, as Dougie Higgins Jr. gets a lap back here, he's going to be 2 laps down to the race. So he gets a 10th place finish out of this one. 2 attempts at a green-white checkered here. Caleb Patton in the 27, an opportunity to steal one away. Hopefully, oh, don't blink, Kevin. Don't blink. We're going to ride along with the 42 of Kevin Winker. Caleb Patton to the inside. Kevin Winker to the outside. Fresh tires for the 42. Good to see Nathan out there. Cody, thank you for being out there on YouTube as well. Thank you to everybody for being out there, period. Like, follow, subscribe on all the platforms, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. 27 rolls the corner. He's going to have the best restart here. 53 right there on the back bumper. Ready to full send. They're going to do it. Oh, big bump from the 53. Bill Hales full sent it into the corner. Caleb somewhere in this mixture. He was blinking in front of Bill. 42 to the outside. Bill Hales trying to win this one from the inside lane. 42 is going to roll the corner. Free off the corner is the 42. Inside, outside moves. They need a white flag here. Phoenix has been every bit of a dream. 30 to the inside. 53 of Bill Hales right there. The 3 gets free. White flag waves. Bill Hales to the bottom. Up the racetrack they go. Kevin Winker trying to close this one down as Winker rolls the outside corner. Bill Hales the drive off here onto the corner. Side by side, Kevin Winker ready to go. Bill Hales can give a bump, but Kevin Winker lets them all do it, and he comes around and wins the first race of the playoffs. 30 goes around. Everybody rolls. Kevin Winker having a drive of his life. Bill Hales will finish second. Mark Beverly will finish third. And the best racing of the afternoon happened 3 laps ago. And the restart went to the advantage of the new tires. Caleb Patton tried to hold on. He finishes in 9th. He is on pit road right now. And he tried his darndest. He tried to go, and Bill Hales was ready to go. The 42 rocks with it. Bill tried to time the restart there. He wanted to be there to the inside after they got to the start-finish line, and it worked out. Kevin Winker holds on, had early issues. But he wins it here, does it in phenomenal style. And a lot of room to celebrate, too, because if this had ran green, he was going to be third or outside of the top 3. Man, oh man, what a finish. Oh man, oh man. Working on a few things here, folks. Apologies about that. Moving some logos around, doing some things. Got a weird message. It's all good. And I'm waiting. Well, let's talk to P2 finisher. He is ready to roll. There he is. Bill Hales, congratulations on a P2 finish here, man. You tried to get that run right there, and, some new tires versus old tires. Walk me through this one.
Yeah, bud. I probably had a 5th place truck tonight. I was just lucked up and gotten, started where I did. When we did the restart, I made sure I was pushing Caleb, and then I dove under him. I think I might have touched him a little bit, but I had new tires, but I needed to be able to come up off the corner, and I couldn't because he was holding me down. So it's a good run, man. Right around 3rd, 4th all night, and then to finish 2nd, I'll take it.
Second in the playoffs, when it comes down to points in every finish that you need, every point matters here, especially coming down to the wire. Having a 15 driver playoff bracket, moving into Super Speedway week next week, that seemingly does change the momentum, and you kind of have to play. You have to play nice this week, because next week it could be anybody's game.
True. Daytona, anybody can win from anywhere in the field. So next week's all about trying to finish the race, not so much about winning it, points wise.
You got to be out there. You definitely have to have the points to do so. Bill, it's always a pleasure, and congratulations once again, P2 finish. Give yourself your shout outs, and we look forward to seeing you at Daytona, man.
Yeah, man. Asphalt Outlaws, everything that Mark and Hoss do for the league is awesome. Again, Jason, I always tell you, buddy, your streams are the best out there, and you're awesome in everything you do. And also, as always, have to holler out to the wife about sponsoring the truck. Maybe she'll be a little bit more excited tonight than she was the other night, my friend.
You know what? She has every right to. But man, you're always a pleasure to talk to. Bill, we'll see you next week, and hopefully we're talking to you again.
Sounds good, buddy. Have a good night.
Always. That's Bill Hales. Melanie is awesome. They're all fantastic, great people, great individuals. We'd love to see it. Let's talk to Kevin Winker, your race winner here, and needed every bit of that, and you did phenomenal on the restart, able to hold the outside lane. This one was a nail biter there for a moment.
Yeah, I guess I kind of backed into the win there between Eric and Mark. They were definitely the class of the field. I was 3rd best, but I'll take a win anyway. I can get it. I know after last week with Texas, I kind of shot myself in the foot there with the tire strategy. So I'll take one for this week.
I would too. I was saying exactly that. I was like, I think it was going to be third or fourth. If this didn't happen and you did so, I mean, you had the best situation coming up right there. Uh, you had a driver stayed out, was just trying to get a win here. You know, trying to do everything that he could. Can't blame Caleb for giving that an honest effort right there. Yeah, drivers right with you with new tires. Everybody trying to make or break the situation going on there. And man, you did everything right and made Phoenix. Phoenix is a tough track to have a green white checkered on.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of it. Like it's pretty hard to figure out. I mean, I guess I was kind of figuring out, but I don't really like these flatter tracks. I never was a fan of them, but gotta race them when we gotta race them. So I guess you gotta learn, right?
That's right. Some folks don't like the road courses, but they're on there. Some people can't stand super speedways, but they're there. But speaking of super speedways, next week an opportunity. You gonna take any friends with you, or are you gonna what's your plan for next week?
I mean, that's kind of right up my alley. I run in a bunch of super speedway leagues, so I love those. Plan is to try to be up front and see what happens. I know Mark's pretty fast there. As pretty much anybody has a chance to win there, so I guess you just got to find the right dancing partner and see what happens.
Well, the last time that we were there, you had the pit strategy figured out, but you and Mark kind of alternated pit strategies. So I think that's something that I'm going to be looking at is who comes to pit road first.
Yeah, and then obviously you got to factor in the big one. I mean, you could just be running for the lead or 12th or whatever and get taken out, not of your own fault. So you got to factor that in too. But yeah, pit strategy there is definitely going to be key if you get green flag stops, because if you speed or whatever, I mean, stuck by yourself, then you're not in a good position there. So hopefully we can, if we get green flag stops, we can make them work and be around for the win.
I think that's going to be a big factor. Kevin, much love to you, man. Give you shout outs out there. Congratulations on the first one to the playoffs, and hopefully this streak continues going forward.
Thank you. Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to the winning bid DIecast auctions for coming on this year, sponsoring us. The Beverleys, all them guys for putting on this league. Cody for RCing, you in the booth every week, killing it. Everybody that's watching the league, whether you're supporting me or whoever, thanks for coming out, and hopefully it's a good show, and we'll go see what happens at Daytona next week.
Daytona is going to be a lot of fun. I'll be talking more about super speedway racing next week because I like Daytona. I think if folks can run 3 wide at Daytona, then that's my excitement. I want to see it.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to run 3 wide there. 2 wide's about. I mean, 3 wide you can, but it's pretty sketchy. I'll give you that.
That true story. It is pretty sketchy, but I like 3 wide at Daytona. Talladega is much easier to do because you have the lanes to do it, but it can be done. It can be done. It's a side draft special in these trucks, right?
Yep, that's right. So it should be a good show, and we'll see what happens. So thanks again for everybody that came out tonight.
Always, Kevin. We'll see you next week.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Always, Kevin Winker, your race winner, and man, it's gonna be a great show next week. But before we get to next week, let's talk to this dude right here. Mark Beverly's gonna be your P3 finisher tonight. You and Eric Hagnall had one heck of a race going on. He was trying to figure it out. He finally did, and when he did, he tapped the wall, and boom goes the dynamite.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I was running him hard, and I didn't want him to get to my outside, and he finally did there. But I saw him tap the wall, and it's hard to not come back down a little bit. So he just caught me, and I know I ran him up high. So it's unfortunate, but made it back up to P3 here. So good points day.
It was good points day. You have a lot of playoff points to play with here, so it's kind of a try to make sure that you have good, clean, consistent finishes in this, at least in this first round.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and be consistent, stay out of trouble, and put some good finishes, like you said, down. That's the main goal for me. If I get a win, that's great. But obviously, we would like to win. But you know how it goes. So just looking for the points to try and make it to the championship round. So.
Well, Mark, it's always a pleasure. I know that Phoenix seemed like it was coming down to the wire there, and just a lot of fun and a lot of entertaining factors to go into this one, especially the young one parking it on top of the water barrels. This one was eventful all the way down to the end.
Yeah, we were doing a pace lap, and I saw him sitting up there, and I asked him what was going on. He said he had the best seats in the house. So
He did. He drove right up there. He didn't even know he drove up there until he was probably looking out over his cockpit view, going, "What in the world just happened?"
yeah, absolutely. I got to watch the replay on that one, but
It was entertaining. Mark, give you shout outs out there. Congrats on a P3 finish. We look forward to Daytona next week. I know you've got some people to work with, but the field says I think next week's going to be a different style of Daytona.
yeah, it's probably going to be a little more aggressive. But yeah, just got to run with a couple teammates here and try to make it to the end. But yeah, thanks to all the sponsors that we have, Butt Kicker, MLO Bros, Winning Bid Diecast. Thanks to you putting on a nice show, everybody watching out there, and thanks to my wife letting me race. Been a fun time.
It's always a fun time. Mark, we'll see you next week, and I absolutely what a great race it was. A lot of big plans. We'll see you in the next one.
Absolutely. See you then.
Always the 13 finishes in the P3, and they'll update the points. We'll have all those next week, and we'll see what happens there. Kevin Winker's your race winner here. Thank you to all the folks, like he said, MLO Bros, Youngstown's #1 Facebook podcast, the Winning Bid Diecast Auctions for being on board here. And then, of course, Butt Kicker, thebuttkicker.com, promo code AOR20, Alpha Oscar Romeo 20, for kind of everything that they do across every series. But more importantly, thank them for being a part of the Asphalt Outlaws Racing Series. Thank you to my sponsors, of course, Nerds Do Nerd Things podcast, and, of course, that Roasted Gems. Some delicious coffee. We love them. Thank you to Brandon for being a part of that. That was awesome for him to do that. Thank you for all the shares, all the likes, all the follows, all the extra stuff that you folks do out there. Let's continue to grow. Let's continue to do things. And if you guys have ideas for me to be able to do some things out there, I would love to hear them. I want to continue to make content that is interesting and diverse for everybody. So much love to you. We'll see you in the next one, folks. It's going to be fun.